Good evening, everyone. And today I'm going to talk about the kazoo. Yep, it's a kazoo. It's a musical instrument, but rarely can be found in this part of the earth, the Asian, currently the Malaysia. Okay, you rarely see this. Not many performers will use this, but I do in some occasion. Okay, so this is the modernized kazoo. It is made out of plastic, right? Everything is plastic, and the way you play it is that you hum, all right? If you can hum a music, then you can play the kazoo. For instance, if you go with the happy birthday, so you put in the kazoo and it goes like this. So the vibration comes from your throat. So some of the favorite kazoo songs that I perform is oh yeah, this one. And also the slow one like yep, I think it's Louis Armstrong. Yep, if I'm not mistaken. So this is one of my favorite instrument. It's not so difficult to learn. You can teach yourself how to use this. This is the modernized kazoo. Next to the modernized, I have the classic kazoo. Okay, it is it is not rusted, but it is worn off. Okay, this is iron or tin. Sorry, it's tin, but there seems to be a problem with this tin one because it doesn't sound as good as the modernized one. Okay, you listen to this. Doesn't sound as much. So the modernized one sounds clearer, louder, and instead of this is something is wrong with it, so we need to check it out. Okay, now we are going to check out why the tin type sounds worse than the modernized one, because actually by sentimental value I prefer the tin one because it's classic, looks like a authentic thing, right? So let's check it out. Okay, now when we talk about kazoo, the sound comes from the diaphragm that is inside this funnel here, which amplifies the sound, right? So first thing that we have to do is we have to open and take off this funnel cover. There it goes. And we have to check the diaphragm. Oh, there you are. We have found the problem. The diaphragm is spoiled. The rust from the tin has made some holes on the diaphragm, so this is no good anymore. So obviously we have to change this. So what can you use to replace this part? Is actually the baking paper, or we call it the oily paper over here. it comes in a roll, and you don't need much, you just need a little bit. Maybe it is, oh, there you are. You can, yep, you take just one strip of it. So what you do is you take the funnel cover, mark the circle all around the funnel bottom. So there you go, you have a circle like so. So what you do next is you're going to cut it referring to the circle, right? Okay, now you have the circle, you have a diaphragm, okay, right? So what you do is you place it back into the funnel part of the kazoo like so. Just insert it there and place the cover back in. Just screw clockwise. Make sure that the diaphragm sits nicely between the funnel and the cover, right? So let's have a test, yeah? Not much of a vibration there if compared to the new one. Well, didn't work as I expected. Well, I'll tell you another secret, okay? Now, we have used the baking paper, which doesn't work as good as the original one, which is already rusted and has holes in it. No good anymore. How about if we use a hard candy plastic lining like this, the cover? Let's try. First, we again take off the funnel cover, place it on the, oh, before that you have to take out the all baking powder, baking paper, sorry. What you do is you cover this end and you blow this part. There you go, out it goes. So now let's do a marking on the hard candy wrapper on the side. Okay, there you go, a rough circle of the diaphragm, and once again the cutting part. Okay, circle done, the diaphragm back into the funnel part. Make sure it sits nicely in there, flat, and cover it with the funnel cover. Okay, the moment of truth. Does it work? Let's try. Not as good as the original. I still prefer the modernized one. Well, too bad. I'm gonna keep this just for the sentimental value. Okay, maybe I'm gonna frame it in a glass box probably, but during my performances I'm going to stick to the new modernized kazoo. Well, some things will never ended up as what you have planned. So set for this theme type. Hello, modernized kazoo. You know what? I found the solution. Okay, what I did wrong was I've screwed the funnel cover too tightly. So that is why it doesn't vibrate and the sound goes like so. Instead of so what I discovered is if I loosen it a bit, okay, while you're loosening it, okay, you just have a test, hum. There you go. So it has that vibrato, some sort like this. So you can hear the difference between the modernized one, the plastic one. It is much louder, but the tin classic one is much more sharp, you know, like right. So what do you think? Okay, put your comments down there. Which one do you prefer, the classic or the modernized? Put in the comment below and let me know. So till we meet again, cheerio.